Hello there, you beautiful lot. Welcome back to another fabulous show here on Crafters TV. It is Monday. It's Monday afternoon. Well, it's here in the UK. It's Monday morning across in the States, which means it is time, of course, for Monday Makers. It's that one show of the week where, dare I say it, maybe we get a little bit more in-depth, a little bit more involved. I'm not going to call it an advanced show because everyone can definitely learn hints, tips and tricks from this show. This is one of my most favourite Monday Maker show lineups that we've had in a really, really long time. There's some bits that you've seen recently that you're going to absolutely love. There's some bits that you haven't seen for a while and a few bits that we don't ever really often get here on Crafters TV as well. Now, something we do get here on Crafters TV, quite luckily, may I say so myself, is the lovely Craig. How are you, Craig?
Hey Joe, I'm good, thank you. It's good to be back with you again. So it doesn't feel like 24 hours since we were last here, but yeah, what a way to kick off the week again. So yeah, we're going to show you a few things that we're going to be going over the next couple of hours. So we have got something that you've maybe not seen for a wee while. We have got the balloon stamp and dies. So these give you alphabets, these give you numbers, as well as shapes, all in the balloon shape. So you see 21 and even the balloon on the back. This is one I'm actually going to demonstrate. But then if you have missed out on our peekaboos, we've got a nice selection, all occasion as well as Christmas ones. So these ones you can have in different ways. Then we've possibly got one of my favourite products, the textured corner ones. So with this one here that you can see, you can have these in different ways. Paper piece them, cut into your card, out of your card, because you've got the two dies you can see there. You can even mask through them. Then we've got, so here's another one of the peekaboo, but with Christmas theme. Joy's thing with the Christmas or all occasion peekaboo is the fact is you've got the front and the back. We will show you them. Then if we get time towards the end, we will show you some of these really funky, quirky sentiments that can be used on their own as a standalone, or you could be using them in conjunction with everything else that you've been making.
Absolutely. It's going to be a really, really fun show. I know a lot of you guys will already own a lot of the stuff that is in the show this evening. If you do, you know what I'm going to say, don't you? You need to pop us some pictures of it. We'd love to see them. Studio at craftscompanion.co.uk if you want to send any pictures in of anything you've been making, specifically stuff on the show. Any questions that you might have as we go through the show, if you're on YouTube, you can pop them in the comments over there. One of our social media team will pick up those comments and send them over to me. I'm monitoring the conversation over on the Facebook Live on our Crafters TV page. So that is where you need to say hi to me. I can see Carol is in from Ohio, Karen. Carol, sorry. Debbie is in from New Jersey as well. I see Vanessa, New York City. Debbie, a bit closer to home in Devon. Tammy has got us on the big TV screen as well. We love it when you've got us on the big screen. Now, we kick off every Monday show, Monday Makers, with a Monday mega deal, and that's exactly what we have got for you today. We've got a really lovely set of our sentiment stamps for you, the sort of quirky ones which you guys love. We sometimes bring you a bigger bundle of these, but it's nice. I think it's a bit more accessible having them in a slightly smaller configuration. $12.45 or $14.95 if you want to get hold of these. Let me take you through what you've got. This one says, I'd walk through fire for you. Well, not fire because it's dangerous, but a super humid room. But not too humid because my hair, which is fair to say. This one here says, too glam to give a damn. I can think of a few people I could send that one to. This one says, I met you, I liked you, I love you, I'm keeping you. How sweet. This one says, lattes and lipstick. This one here is, happy birthday to my favourite human. I love that saying. Wishing you a day as unforgettable as I am. This one here says, eyebrows are the one thing you can get in shape without exercising. Amen to that. And this one even says, I'd shave my legs for you. Now, if you want to get them, really, really fantastic deal on those. 35% off, $12.45 or $14.95. This Monday mega deal, as all Monday mega deals, only lasts for 24 hours. So you'll have to be quick for it. Well, I say 24 hours. Or while stocks last. Now, there's a lot in this show. We've got a lot to get through over the next couple of hours, so let's dive in and have a look what is coming your way. This is the Gemini Peekaboo Stamp and Die 6-piece collection. Can't believe the price on this. You're saving $12.94 in the UK, makes it £29, or you're saving $18.70 in the US, taking it to $41. 6 stamp and die sets, which are going to allow you to make really gorgeous, super cute concept cards. Now, the Christmas ones, we don't have as many of the Christmas ones as we would like. Stocks are starting to get low here. Once this sells out, I don't imagine we will restock this side of this festive season, because obviously you guys are going to want to be making your Christmas cards way in advance. If you love the Christmas peekaboos, you've been thinking about them, definitely making your mind up time. £18 here, saving 35%, or $25. Craig gave us a little sneaky peek of these at the start. It is, of course, our textured corner dies that we have for you. £27 or $35. Let's just take a moment there. Create a card dies, 4 of them, £27. It is amazing value for money. We've got the tri-blend markers on the show. Love this configuration of the tri-blend markers. This is one of the most affordable ways for you to get a really good collection of our tri-blends, and they're put together in different colour families, yes, but also by project as well. So it means that you could actually take 6 of those markers for $17.99 or $26.95, and you could actually find a project for you, whether it's portraits you want to do, underwater tones, really gorgeous exotic floral tones, loads that you're going to be able to do there with those. Now, an absolute essential, if you don't own this already, then I need to know why, because it is amazing. £18 or $23 gets you the Scoremaster board along with the Envelobox Creator, which is incredible. Never again are you going to need to make card blanks. Never again will you struggle to find the perfect envelope to go with whatever it is that you are creating at the moment. We're going to see that a little later. Craig's going to share that with us a little later, and he's going to share it with something I'm going to show you now. Actually, we've got available the Garden of Love collections for you. They all come beautifully boxed as well, like this, so you'll be able to grab them in that lovely packaging. But I'm going to take you through what you've got, because you've got some different options available to you in here. So first off, we've got the mirror card. Now, if you've got the Garden of Love collection, you're going to absolutely love using this in conjunction with it. It's also brilliant to use as a standalone, which I think is absolutely fantastic. You've got 24 sheets in here in your cardstock. So that is your mirror card that you've got just there. We've also got it in the corresponding matte mirror. This would look beautiful peeking through behind those texture corner dies that we've got for you. So you've got the gold there, you've got that lovely green, that beautiful blush bronze, and that gorgeous purpley tone in there as well. Right, so that is the mirror and the matte mirror. We've also got the glitter. Oh, I do love a bit of glitter. And oh yes, it is encapsulated. It is not going to, how annoying can it be? Glitter is wonderful, but sometimes there's a time and a place. You know, you go and see the doctor or something, and then you realise that you get there and you've got it all up the side of your face. It just turns up at the most inappropriate moments, doesn't it? The glitter, these are all in matching colour tones for you as well, so you can use them all together. You've got the greens, you've got that lovely blush. A little bit more striking, the colourway in the glitter, but it's available for you. We also have the vellums, and not often we'll do a vellum pack here at Crafts Companion, but it is fantastic because you've got the vellums available to you in the show as well. I know Craig's got something planned with these. I think vellum just adds a really classy tone to your cards, and it gives it a really interesting texture that maybe you don't work with all the time. Maybe you want to use it for parching and score the vellum. Another great way of using it. And then finally, you've got the linen. Linen's great when you want to use a plain cardstock, but you just want that little bit of texture, or you just want a little bit of interest there. I think it works beautifully on things like wedding invitations. Look wonderful in the linen texture. Oh no, my linen cardstock's blown my vellum away. There you are, and you can see all the textures that you've got just there. So you've got 5 different options in the show. Mirror, matte mirror, glitter, you've got the vellums, and you've also got that linen in there as well. Very busy already, I'm hearing, across all of those. Right. We're going to move on to the bloom dies. I think these are amazing because, do you know what? I think we've bought a lot of we do like floral very well here at Crafters Companion, and we do traditional very well. But I think just recently we've done a lot of super modern stuff that's been really, really trendy. And I think these are one of those collections. These were, I love the drop shadow alphabet that we did. I also love these ones too. And these are that balloon theme. They are perfect for any kind of celebration, whether it is a party, whether it is a new year, whether it's birthdays, they're great for all of them. So what you've got in here is you've got all your alphabets, firstly, just there, as you can see. And then your stamps. And what the stamps do is they give you that beautiful texture, so you really know it's that balloon feel that it gives to them. So you're going to get the balloons in there. You're also going to get all your numbers. You're going to get your ordinals in there as well. You get a whole host of other stamps which can allow you to create a full project. And then what you're getting as well is this one just here. Now this one here is your balloon sentiments, and this gives you lots of different things that you're going to be able to use to build up your project. Really beautiful. You'll see lots of samples from Craig as we go through of all the way in which you can use these. A great price on them as well. £52 if you want to grab these in the UK, or $82 in the US. Everyone can use their Club Inspired discount there. If you want to get them individually, you can, $19.99 or $29.95 per set. Definitely, so I think the alphabets you can't live without. What I would say is go for them all, because they all work so beautifully in conjunction together. In fact, I think Craig is going to treat us to a demonstration on these to begin with. You love these, Craig, don't you?
I absolutely do love these. Can I just say as well, one of these days when we've got glitter card on, I'm going to come along and I'm going to shake some actual glitter on there before you actually go and wipe it on your beard, and then it will be left. I'm going to do that one day. Anyway, that full Garden of Love card collection, I can tell you as well, works perfectly with the rose gold collection because of all the different shades and the tones. So if you want to enhance your rose gold collection, that full collection of Garden of Love works perfectly as well. So let's crack on. Let's go with the balloon stamp and dies. So you've seen the boards that Joe just showed you a moment ago. So what we can do is let's go straight in. So when it comes to stamp and dies, there's two ways in which you can do it. You can stamp, then die cut, or you can die cut and then stamp. It's entirely up to yourself. I like to die cut, then stamp. So what I'm going to do is I've just taken a piece of our white smooth stamping card, and I actually prepped this one the other week, knowing it was coming up. I prepped the name Ryan. Do not ask me where the name Ryan came from. I have no idea where I came with Ryan. You would have thought, you know, my name, Sarah's name, Grayson's names, Floyd's name, my mum's name, but I went Ryan.
It was one of the most popular boys' names in recent years. It was the most popular. Was it Ryan?
Was it
no,
Ryan?
Maybe it
I
wasn't.
don't know.
I'm getting confused.
Yeah, no. But I have no Ryan in my family, and really, in my close circle of friends, I've
maybe
not
it's Meg Ryan.
Either, so
maybe that's
maybe I was watching, you know, I don't know, Sleepless in Seattle or whatever she was in. So you've got the full alphabet. So as always, the stamps work on their own, or the dies work on their own, but they work perfectly together. So they're all exactly the same. Some of them are a hardback die. That's only because you've got some of the small centre pieces. So stop them falling out. You get a full die. So let's take our letter. So let's go for the R. So the R, let's go for the Y, let's go for the A, and then let's also go for the N, which is there as well. So we're just going to pop that one down. What I'm also going to do as well at the same time, you see, you get these, so it's like your ribbon, it's like your streamers for the bottom of your balloons that hold them up. So I'm going to die cut, actually, let's die cut two of them. You get two different shapes. You also get the stamp to coordinate as well. So let's just place all of these on. You will find all of these, if you happen to have our Gemini Mini or our Gemini Go, they will go through them ones. But they will, of course, go through your Junior, your Daddy Gemini, or any other die cutting machine that takes your wafer thin dies. So it is our base cutting plate, because it's still a wafer thin dies, plastic shim, magnetic shim, and then top cutting plate. So all that we're just going to do is just feed that through, and that's going to go through it again. So like I say, I like to do the die cutting first, so then I can look over onto the die while I'm stamping. But if you prefer to stamp first and then situate the die around, then die cut, that's entirely up to yourself.
I'm guessing these would go through any die cutting machine as well. You don't need to own a Gemini, I'm guessing, Craig, to use our dies. So if you've got, I don't know, a cut and boss or a crossover.
Yep.
Crossover is one of them called a crossover. I realised I was going to name a few, and then realised I only know two, and then I thought, you've kind of run
crossover, the Tangerine, the Spellbinders, any of them. You know, we say as long as they take a wafer thin dies. Now let's just say pretty much every die out there on the market takes your wafer thin dies. That's what they were made for. So they will go through them all. So yeah, you are safe in your knowledge. The only thing that stops you is obviously the size of the die, but because these are nice and small, these will go through all your tiny machines as well. So what I've just done, actually I don't mind peeling them off, because these have all die cut just perfectly. So we've got the R, the Y, the A, the N, and we've got a couple of these wee streamers that you can see. Now I'm going to bring in my stamp set. We're going to start stamping, and you're going to see how we've got all the alphabets in balloon stamp form as well. And here you've got your wee streamers down at the side. Now you can of course stamp onto them, but why not just colour them in with your tri-blend pens or any of your sparkle mediums, anything like that.
Now,
you could be using. I didn't catch that.
I wonder if you maybe should. I mean, we're going to call him Mystic Craig, I think, because I wonder if telepathically you just felt the energy from Laura. Laura only realised when she saw the name, she's like, have I got, yeah, I think I've actually got a cousin called Ryan, is what she said when you said about Ryan at the start. Anyway, she's had a look. It turns out it is Ryan's birthday today.
No way.
That is spooky, Craig. That is super spooky.
You know, I am into obviously ghosts and ghouls and most haunted and spooky things, but that is spooky. That was that must have been about 8 days ago I prepped this. 8 days ago. That's so weird. So I'm going to take the coordinated stamp. So let's take the R, let's take the Y, we take the A, and then we can take the N as well, which is here. So I'm going to do them one by one. So I'm just going to pop them onto our stamping platform. Of course, if you have any of the other stamping mats, then of course you can do. But then what I'm going to do is you can see that nice and easily there. You can stamp with any of our inks. You may have got your quick dry this morning with Joe and Debbie. These are perfect for your quick dry. So what I'm going to do is just stamp the R. So this one is honey pot for this one. So I've just stamped that out. Now this is why I like to stamp first. So what I'm going to do is for a moment I'm going to stick my head in the way because I need to line this up. So all that I'm doing, I'm just looking over, and then when I'm pretty much happy that I'm looking over, then what I can just do is I can press to commit. So I'm just going to press. And then if I remove that one, you can see then,
beautiful.
I'm going to bring that close up as well for you in a moment so that you can see. You can then get that perfect edge all the way around and you've got that stamp within the middle. So let's just quickly do the last few.
Susan over on Facebook, love the balloon stamps and dies, is what she says, Craig. Susan says also, too glam to give a damn. Too damn to give a glam? That doesn't work. Is her saying, apparently. Is, well, you need to get your hands on the Monday Mega Deal in that case. Crafting with Quilling Lady says, can't live without my master scoreboard. She made so many boxes with it. We're going to feature that a little bit later in the show. Creative Space on YouTube, love the balloons design. She just made a card with them yesterday. Well, you know what you need to do, don't you, in that case?
Send it in.
Absolutely, we'd love to see a picture of it. Email us, studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk, and we'll show pictures as we go through this show. Vicky G says, I've become addicted to these shows. You are not on your own there. And Janine says, oh, got the Christmas peekaboo dies now, need the everyday. Nice, already have the balloon dies and stamps too. Looking forward to seeing lots of new ideas. I hope you're getting those new ideas. Lots of you are going to be able to do with these. I think when you see what the design team have done with them, Craig, as well, there's such a broad array, isn't there, of different styles within this collection.
Absolutely, because you can use them for the front of your card. However, you could use them as banners. If you want to do maybe small bits of bunting, then you can do. Bring them into your memory books, your scrapbook pages. These would be perfect, you know, to keep the memories going of maybe days out, anything like that. But what I'm doing is I've stamped out the name, so we've done Ryan. So let's even just take the other one. So if I take one of these small ones, so just to show you, so you can absolutely stamp them, but because they are really quite small and delicate, what I tend to do when I've been using them is just go over them with my tri-blend pen, because that's also easy enough. However, you can, if you so wish, just go over the top. And I'm just going to press, I'm going to try not to stick my, there we go, I'm going to put my head right in the way. And then what I'm going to do is once I feel so I'm lined up, I'm just pressing again. So it just goes to show that is the easiest way that I find when it comes to stamping is by die cutting and stamping first. Alternatively, if we just, we'll show you we'll go over our tri-blends later on, but if I just take, I'm going to take one of them to hand.
Would you use these stamps without the dies in this set, Craig?
Of course, you could use them on their own if you want. You can use the stamps on their own, use the dies on their own. You can use them whichever way you wish. So what I'm just going to do is, just to show you on this one, you can easy enough, just colour them in, just with your tri-blend pens or any of your other markers, you can colour them in. So you don't necessarily have to stamp them. Same with the sentiments. Once you've die cut them, if you'd rather colour them, or if you've got pattern paper, maybe you've got the Garden of Love paper cardstock bundle, then why not die cut straight onto them? So yeah, so many different ways in which you can use them. So that has us got these ones. And then before we assemble them, let's move them to the side. You've also got the option of getting these ones. I know they come in the big bundle. So you also get balloons, you get hearts, you get, well, different size balloons. So you've got all these different ones here. You've got the sentiments as well. So again, use them on their own, use them separate, use them together. So what I'm just going to do is let's take this star die, and then let's also take this wee balloon. So let's take these ones. So I'm just going to tape that one down, tape this one down, and then we're going to run this one through. So I'm going to add a bit of colour to this one after, and then what we're going to do is, again, stamp on top, and then it's just the case of assembling them. So Cindy
on Facebook loves to use these in her exploding boxes. Pop-up boxes.
Pop-up boxes are a great idea.
To use there. Yeah. Loads of people loving them. There's a lot of love for them on socials. A lot of love for them as well on the web. Very, very busy on these, Craig. £52, $82 gets you both of them, remember, which is fantastic. They are available individually if you want to get them like that. But I think they work. I think as a set, it'd be a shame to set them up, split them up, sorry, Craig. Do you agree?
Oh, gosh, yeah, absolutely. They just work perfectly together. And really, you want to be able to mix and match, so you can pop the name on top of these large balloons like I'm going to do just shortly. So what we're going to do now is if we take that one, let's take the stamp set, and we're going to take that coordinated one. So we're going to take the large star, and then let's take the balloon as well to coordinate. So you've got star balloons, you've got the sausage balloons, you've got hearts, you've got larger balloons, so many different sizes for you to use. So then let's take these ones. What you could also use the dies for as well, creating fancy shaped shaker cards. So these would be great for the aperture of your shaker card.
How about
so
a shaker tag?
That one. Shaker tag as well. Yeah, you could use your shaker tag. So I'm just going to take for this one, I'm using my water reactive. You could use your quick dry. The only reason I'm going to use my water reactive is because I'm also going to come in and just do a bit of blending of colour afterwards. So let's just get hold of that and pop that one in. So I'm just going to lay that one just over the top, and I should be able to line that up without popping my head in the way. So there's that one. So that gives you the outline of the balloon.
Doesn't it make a huge difference just having those texture marks on there? Really gives it so much more shape and dimension.
It does, because if you want that effect, there we go, look for the other balloon. If you want that effect of a shading or blending, but you're never sure what to do, how to do it, then it's done for you. And if you just want that wee bit of extra, it's kind of like tuition, being helped where to put additional shading, then that's done for you. So then I'm going to press that one there, and this is going to give us a nice texture look. So then it's just a case of starting to build these ones up. Let's move that one out the way, and then I'm just going to bring that same ink pad, because that is the Midnight Blue that I've been using, and it's water reactive. So I'm just going to go around the edges. So by doing it this way as well, and still using the water reactive to stamp the balloon, what happens is you're able to blend with the colour that I'm picking up on my blending tool. However, the colour all the way around from the stamp will still be slightly wet, so you're also enabling it to blend slightly as well. So it's another good way of doing it. So don't always think as though you have to stamp with, say, like the Finesse or Quick Dry. You can still stamp with the water reactive, and that'll still enable you to do a bit of blending. So let's just go around these edges just to finish it up, and then it is just a case of let's assemble it. So let's move that out of the way. We will clean that up later. So what I've just got is my card blank already, 5x7, just a bit of matting and layering. I've taken one of our hexagon stitched edge nesting dies. So then all that I'm going to do, and you know what these are shouting out for, Joe, don't you?
Oh, I don't know what. Oh my word! Right, Craig.
Yes.
How could I have forgotten this long about the sparkle that we've got in the show? Is that what you're talking about?
I wasn't actually talking about that, but let's do that now then. Yeah,
Joey, can I just show you the three of them? Oh yeah. Oh, I thought they made a noise. I've kind of let myself down there.
No.
I thought they had a little thing inside them. We've got the sparkling spray. I know it is only UK only. I apologise for that. But it is absolutely gorgeous. So what you've got is, you've got this one just here is your pearl diamond. So it's like a spray with that pearl diamond dust in there. You've also got this one, is the gold glitter for you. Beautiful. And you've got the silver as well. $6.99 each. Get all three of them. Oh yeah, £18. And this, you can spray this onto a whole host of things, I hear, Craig.
Of course you can, yeah. So if you like to do any of your woodwork or, dock or anything like that, then of course you can be using these. A few years ago, actually it was my friend and her husband's wedding anniversary yesterday, when it came to making Lauren Scott's wedding invites a couple of years ago, I actually used her spray and sparkle.
Oh, nice.
That was before I even worked for Crafters Companion, so goes to show that I've been using it as well. So this is our gold glitter. So we've got Brenda again. Think of it in the same way as if you're using any of our adhesive sprays. Maybe have a wee box, maybe make sure obviously you've got a bit of ventilation or a larger room. Just a wee bit of a shake. And then all that I'm just going to do is just a few short, sharp bursts. This is staying in place because Brenda's been well used, so there's a bit of stickiness at the bottom. So all that I'm just going to do is I'm just going to, oh, there you go, we're blowing them away. Give that bit of a spray. Let's pick these ones up. And then let's just respray these two that have fallen off. So what's happened is this one, it's because this has got the gold look to it. So as you can tell, navy blue and gold work really well together. So what you're going to get, it's not going to be an overpowering gold. What's going to happen, it's going to give you that subtle goldness coming through, but it's also going to be full of shimmer. So let's pop them ones there. Let's bring this one closer for you to see. So if I bring this, I'm going to come right up. So that you can see, and I'm going to keep turning it for it to see glistening. So you can start to see it all sparkling away. So you've got all of that, and it's not a coarse sparkle or hard sparkle, anything like that. It's still smooth, but you get all that sparkle coming through. And anyone that's used spraying sparkles before knows how well that they just pop when it comes to the sparkle.
Robin in Maryland says, Craig, this is why we need a cruise, Joe, because these could be in our goodie bags. Seeing as we can't get them in the US, we could bring them back ourselves. I think that is a legitimate reason enough to sort out the cruise. Talking of the craft cruise, Derek is back in the house on Wednesday. He's your go-to cruise guy, so I reckon you should give him a little bit of a nag on Wednesday. He'll be up at 11 and 4, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday. So you could definitely come and do some whinging at him for the cruise would be my top tip.
I think so, yeah, we will work on them. So what I've just done there is all that I just done just a moment ago was just pop 3D foam pads, so you've not missed anything. So I'm just going to place them into place. What I have done to the side of me, I've just used the die on their own and I've die cut it in yellow and just created that off shadow effect that you can see just there. So I've done that one, and again I've taken a couple of the wee bottoms of the balloons, and then we are just going to assemble it. So I'm using obviously my foam pads to lift it up. If you want to keep it one dimension, then you can do. You don't have to do this, but it lets you give you that option. And really, whether it's foam pads, whether it's glue gel, I really do think that this stamp set really shouts out to have some extra height and dimension.
Reg T says on YouTube, I've gone from bronze to gold over the weekend. Congratulations,
fantastic.
Reg. Oh, good question. Victoria Martin on YouTube says, hi, what is the Totally Tiffany buddy bag that Joe put the paper towel in before? I'm not sure I can remember.
Ooh.
I wonder if our producer Laura can remember. I've remembered. It's Leanne. Is it Leanne? Yeah, it's the Leanne buddy bag, Victoria. That's the one you need to go for. We have got a buddy bag on the show. We are joined by, in this hour, I'm going to find out her name. It's Terry. What's your name and where did you come from? Yeah, Terry is on the show for us. Great for taking your pens out on your journeys in your Terry bag. There were some more bags in the earlier show today as well, so definitely pop back there and watch the earlier masterclass if you want to get some more of the buddy bags. Balloon stamps and dies are one of my favourite collections, says Tammy. I think a lot of people will be with you there. They seem to have been super popular since we launched them, Craig.
They really have. I think what it is as well is here in the UK we do a lot of card making. I know all you guys in the States do a lot of scrapbooking, and I think these just work for both because obviously you can incorporate them with your cards like we're doing. However, what you can do is if you want to stamp and die cut some names, or maybe you've got somewhere that you've been on holiday or vacation, then obviously you can stamp that name. For instance, whether it's Florida or New York or California, you can do all that. It doesn't have to be people's names. So there we go. I'm going to leave it with that one just like that. I'm going to bring in the one that I'd done about it was a week or so ago. My N has fallen off, but you'll get the idea. And then what I've also done, within the middle balloon, you can see I've just stamped It's a Boy. So it's not necessarily just for birthdays on these ones. You could be using them for, births or, celebrations in that way as well. So you can see that one there. And then that is the one that we're done.
Amazing, absolutely gorgeous, really, really lovely. Now, if you want to go for all of them, let me just recap, because I think it would be such a shame to split them up, seeing as they're such a really lovely bundle that works so well together. So what you've got here is, firstly, you've got all of your alphabet, which is wonderful, and you've got that with the little strings there as well, which is fantastic. You're also then going to get the numbers, and the numbers are slightly, are they slightly bigger? Yeah. No, they're not. They're the same size. I don't know why I thought they were slightly bigger for a moment there. You also get all the ordinals in there, which is brilliant. And you've also got lots of other little embellishing stamps in there that you're going to be able to use with the dies to match them as well, which is fantastic. And then lastly, I love this one because I think you could definitely use this one on its own without the alphabets and the numbers. I think it's a really lovely stamp and die set. Celebrations are always, it's abundant. Also, the other thing is, there's a lot of cards that people did with the mini dies that we had, where it was just lots of balloons sort of stacked up and they had that faux enamelling over the front of them. And that's a really nice modern card design you can do. But it does work beautifully with the main collection. Balloon Sentiments is what we've got here. If you get them all together, details are on your screen. £52 or $82 is your price there. If you want to go for them individually, they are available individually. And they're also available on a 2-4. If you want to get them individually, $19.99 or $29.95 is the price individually. I'd get them all together, most definitely. Right, now there's loads of you on Facebook commenting away. A lot of chatter about Cruise today. Anne saying she loves how 3D all of the balloons seem to look as well. A lot of you sharing ideas of where you might be able to get the Spray and Sparkle from other retailers in the US, which is always lovely. It'd be nice for you to get your hands on them. Now, it's lovely when you chat away on Facebook with us. If you did want to watch and shop at the same time, it's really simple to do that with us here though at Crafters TV. Here is a previous me to tell you all about it.
Hi, I'm Joe from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can grab the best deals and shop whilst you watch during our shows. So the best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. Head on over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV. You can see all of our shows, offers, and even shop while you watch. Now if you want to get involved and comment along, head over to our Facebook page. Come say hello, ask us some questions, and lol with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even AirPlay directly onto your big screen. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day.
All the details there of how you can watch and shop at the same time, which is always fun to do. Right, we're going to move on to something now. We're going to move on to Peekaboo, and these are so much fun. They're super, super cute as well, really adorable. Great if you love all of our colouring mediums. They're going to be wonderful for that. Now, just before we get to the Peekaboos themselves, a lot of these boards, all the boards in fact, feature the aperture, which is cut in the arch, the square arch or the round arch, as do a lot of the cards we're going to show you as we go through. If you want the window arches, we don't have many left to go around. 2/3 of what was a small stock has already gone on those. If you want them, you'll need to be quick for them. $9.99 or $12.95 if you want to grab those. Right, let's go through. There's two different collections for you. So there's an everyday collection, which is basically the non-Christmas ones, and then there's a Christmas one as well. You can mix and match across both of the collections if you want to. I'll tell you how to do that in just a moment. Let's go through the different options that you've got. So firstly, you've got the cat. I love that. You get the stamps to do the front and the back, which is fantastic. Also, you should bear in mind that you can mix and match all the sentiments with all the animals, and you've got all the stamps that you need to finish them off. So if you wanted to have friend, let's say with the elephant, rather than baby, you wanted to have baby with a dog, absolutely you can do that. So you've got the elephant in here too, which is wonderful. You've then got the bear, which is great. And again, you'll have all of your different stamps that you need to complete a full project. Usually the giraffe, and I think I'm right in saying the elephant, are the most popular individually. You've got the bunny in there as well. And then, of course, back round to that perfect little caddy there. £29 or $41 if you want to get those ones together. Great deal to get the 6 of them there. We also have the festive ones. Now, I need to let you know, this could be your last chance for the festive ones. They are very, very busy. You guys absolutely love these. I can't imagine us reordering these again this year for this festive season. So if you do want them, you want to get all 4 of them, then definitely I would say sooner rather than later on these. You've got the bear in there, which is beautiful. You've also got the robin in here, which you can see just there. We then have Santa. It's going to be very, very popular. And you also have Merry as well, which is that reindeer just there too. You can get them individually. You can get them, any of them, for 2 for £11 or $17. When you're getting them individually or in the 2 for, that is across the everyday ones and the festive ones. So it's completely up to you. You can cherry pick and you can mix and match, which is wonderful. We do also, elephant's your favourite at the moment. We do also have the tri-blends on the show. I'll take you through the different options of those after Craig's demonstration, but they're those new 6 packs that we've got available for you as well, which is brilliant. Right, let's see what you're up to in the comments over. I'll just check in on you, make sure you're all behaving yourself. Lots of you saying how much you love those balloons and dies. This is a great buy, saying Stacey, talking about the balloons and dies. Terry says Terry needs a Terry bag. Then definitely get it. It's even spelled the same way, Terry, as well, which is fantastic. Lots of you saying that you're going to be doing lots of nagging with Derek on Wednesday. I should text him after the show and let him know to expect you. Right, Craig, which one, how did you narrow it down? How could you choose out of what, all 10 of these, which one you were going to demonstrate?
There's just something about polar bears at Christmas time. Polar bear reminds me obviously of that certain fizzy drink advert. I don't know why I'm not saying it because we say it quite a lot, but the Coca-Cola advert at Christmas time. You know, apart from the holiday truck, you know, nothing beats that one. But many years ago when they had the one with the polar bears,
I don't know if I remember the one with the polar bear, Craig.
On the ice, there was like the mum and the baby polar bear on the ice. You don't remember that?
I'm not sure polar bears drink Coca-Cola. I mean, just put it out
there. They did in this
there.
Advert, they did.
Did they?
On the ice, yeah.
How'd they get the bottle open?
I think it was maybe about a spell of maybe about 2 or 3 years where they gave the holidays are coming advert a bit of a rest.
They did not.
They did.
How long ago are we talking?
Well, you know, I was, you know, little. I don't know, maybe about a good 15 years ago, 18 years ago, something like that, a long time ago. So I thought, in that case, we won't do the polar bear. No, I'm joking. We will do it. We'll go for the polar bear. So what we're going to do it bit different. We've got lots of demos tuition across on our YouTube with all of these, so check them out. But I thought what we'll do is we'll do something just slightly different. So many of you have got all your nesting dies, so I've used one of our square ones. So this one, it is, my card blank is 4.5 by 4.5, and I've just die cut a square just within the middle, and I've just taken a piece of Christmas patterned paper and done exactly the same, just chopped the wee middle in it. So what I'm just going to do is let's just add a bit of adhesive all the way around, and then what I'm going to do is if I pop this just over the top, so we've got that aperture there within the middle. So then just now, did I do it left or right? I can't remember now. There we go. I think that's it. There we go. Straightened up. So what I'm then just going to do now is move that one to the side, and we're going to bring in our dies and stamps. So you've got all of these stamps that come with it. So you've got the polar bear, so you've got the front of the polar bear, then you've also got the back, and you've got all these sentiments too. So what I'm just going to do is I've just taken just a piece of our white stamping card, and what I'm going to do is just pop the polar bear towards the bottom, because all that I actually want is the polar bear. So I'm just going to leave a couple of mils from the base, because I want just a wee bit of a platform, and that will let it all become clear in a moment. So let's pop that one onto our mat, and then what I've also done is I've got another strip of our white stamping card. Then I'm going to bring in the holiday, and then once again what I'm going to do is just pop that on, and I'm going to tape this one down. Now when it comes to the outline die of the head as well as the word, it die cuts all the way around but not along the bottom. So then what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to place that within the middle, and I'm just going to hold that down just with a bit of tape, and we're going to run this one through. So this is just a different take to show you that you can absolutely use them as the peekaboo concept as they are, but I thought what we'll do is we'll just show you something a wee bit different and what you can do with them as well, because you don't have to use them the way that they are intended.
Of course. Ro over on Facebook says, when is the ink masterclass that we mentioned was going to happen? It is this Friday, I believe, at 11 a.m. Derek and Leanne will be here looking at all the different ink pads that we bring to you. So a great show, definitely worth tuning in for. I'll give you a heads up on that actually in a little while in this show as well.
So all that I'm just going to do, Joe, if you've got, your scissors, your craft knife or your trimmer, all that I'm just going to do is I'm just going to snip along, just because I want a wee bit of a base just along the bottom. After all, it's all about the base, isn't it? So let's just poke them ones out, like that one. So that gives me the bottom. Then what I'm going to do is bringing in the polar bear. And what I'm going to do with the polar bear here is I'm just going to snip away just at the side and the side, and then I'm away to stamp that one out. So let's bring in the top half of the polar bear, and I'm going to use our Black Finesse alcohol proof ink pad, because I'm going to use our tri-blends to colour in. So I'm just going to stamp that one out, and then I'm going to just lay that over the top. I'm going to stick my head right in the way for a moment or two. So if we just pop that one on, and then when I'm happy, I'm just going to press. So that's now me stamped out. So that gives us the head of the peekaboo, but then it also gives you that perfectly die cut edge all the way around.
Christmas collection still in the lead at the moment, Craig. That is everyone's favourite at the moment. I think because a lot of people got a lot of crafting, Christmas crafting, either in the process of doing it or maybe it's going to be happening soon. When do you do your Christmas crafting, Craig?
Well,
Christmas crafting, Craig. That's quite a mouthful.
Yes. Before I started working in crafting, I would probably start around about July, August, make a few and do a few a week or something. Over the last couple of years, it's getting later and later and later. Now it's to the point where my family and friends are getting their Christmas card on Christmas Day with their presents. So
as long as they get them, that's
as long as they get them, which they are indeed. So what I'm just going to do is if I bring in, this is my just full set of my tri-blends just here. Now a polar bear you would think is obviously white, and I know some people have difficulty colouring in anything that's white, whether it's the polar bear, whether it is ice or snow. So what I'm just going to do is if I just bring in the polar bear, so I've just popped some cardstock underneath, so when you're colouring in with your tri-blends or your classiques or any alcohol markers, pop a bit of cardstock underneath for you to colour onto. Just in case you are new to the tri-blends, it's your one colour. However, what you've got on one end, you've got the light tone. On the other end, you've got the dark tone, and then within the middle, you've got the mid-tone. So if you like to do your three-tone blends, but maybe obviously the actual 3 pens can be a bit more expensive because it's 3 pens. However, what happens is the fact is you're able to just it reduces the space as well as the cost. So you've got that one colour, but you've got the 3 colour blend family within the middle. So what I'm going to do is, because we're going to colour in the polar bear, but obviously you're wanting the polar bear to be kept a bit white, what I'm just doing, this is our ice grey. So all that I'm just going to do is taking the lightest area, lightest tone, and then all I'm just going to do is I'm just going to dab. So I'm just doing tiny little dots, just doing little dots towards the left-hand side of the polar bear. And I'm just going to come in maybe about a quarter of the way, and then I can even just go just under his eyes and then just under his nose. And then what I'm just going to do again is I'm just going to go around just his hands. So just going around his hands just there, and then even towards his body at the bottom. But I'm not going all the way along. I'm just finishing off just maybe about halfway there. Then what we can just do is if I bring in maybe a pink for his ears or her ears. So let's just take this one just here. So the tri-blends pens really come into their own, obviously, if you have a larger image to colour and you're wanting to do that 3-tone blend. But it just goes to show, if you don't want to use them in that way, you don't have to. You can just use them as a one colour if you want, just like I'm doing. So all that I'm just doing is I'm just picking out some of that colour. Let's take, I've got a red to the side just here. So if we then just tap them, because he's holding, it's kind of like the Christmas lights. So there is our red one. Let's bring in a green. Let me just bring in the whole lot to the side of me here. And then what we can just do is just start to just dab that one off. So if we just pop that on, let's take one more and then we can just start to assemble this. So then let's just pop that one on. And then this will also, again, this will show, if you bring it close up, it lets you see how you kind of get that white tone coming through. However, all that you've actually used is just some grey. So if I bring that one right in
I love
for
that.
you, so hopefully, there we go, you can see that just there. So instead of just leaving it all white, what you can do is just add it onto the corner.
Stephanie's asking on Facebook, Craig.
Yes.
Is there a Christmas red and a Christmas green in the tri-blends? If not, which is the sort of truest red and green that you'd recommend for your Christmas colouring?
Well, there's not one that says Christmas red or Christmas green. There is your red tone. So you've got within this one here, you've got your dark red, then you've obviously got your dark end at the other end, and then you've got the mid as well. So you do have a Christmassy red in that one there, and I would probably say you've got dull green, which is, I would say, is very much a Christmas one, because you've got the lightest shade at one end, but you've got a real Christmassy green on the other. So you do have a good selection there to use at Christmas time.
Fantastic.
So what I've just done is, again, just using our square nesting dies, I've just popped that one, just die cut there, and then all that I'm just going to do is I'm just going to add that behind, and you'll be able to see me doing that.
Wonderful. Right, while you do that then, I'm just going to take you through those pens, Craig, that are available, because there's loads of different ones for you on the show. So you have got your Woodland Shade. I'd say this is probably the most cost-effective way of grabbing hold of them. You've got Woodland Shades. You've also got floral blends. You can go for Jewel Shades, which is these ones here. We also have portrait blends for you. Again, you'll see some of them are in colour families. Some of them are kind of put together by your different projects, if you will, like portraits is in projects. The exotic blends, this one here is actually your favourite one thus far. You can also go for coastal blends, is another option for you. We've got the vintage, which is this one just here, and you also then have the natural blends. You were right the first time, Joe. They are the different options in all the 6 pieces, $17.99 or $26.95. But if you've not got these and you've been thinking about trying them, I think these 6-piece ones are the easiest way for you to attempt a project and have everything you need to complete one project. So whether it's a seascape, whether it's some beautiful botanicals, you've got a pack that's going to take care of that for you. $17.99 or $26.95. You love these, Craig, don't you?
I do. I really do. I think it's because of so many, obviously, different reasons. One, obviously, is the cost, but the space as well, because it's taken what would be all of these pens and it's just combining them all into that smaller lot, but you're getting that great selection of shades. So I've just taken my die cut square and I've just got a bit of adhesive on the back. So all that I'm just going to do is have him just poking out along the bottom there, and then I'm just going to trim that one. So if I trim that along there, then what I'm just going to do is let's bring in just another bit of adhesive. Let's just use our glue. So I'm just going to add that towards the bottom there, and then I'm going to bring in our sentiment that we've already die cut, and we're going to pop that on as well. So let's just pop that one on. You could add some acetate or maybe a bit of vellum behind if you wanted to. That would add a nice little touch.
Oh, we've got some of that gorgeous acetate, don't we, on the show? So make sure you grab that. I'll give you a reminder on that in a little while.
We do, yeah. Is that the vellum, is it?
The vellum.
The vellum.
Did I say
yeah.
acetate? Oh, what am I like?
I think, do we have acetate? But either or, Joe, it would, yeah, it would work. So all that I'm just doing...
Do you know what? That's not the first time. It won't be the last time. I often get acetate and vellum
I do as well,
confused. Yeah. In my head, I just can't. They're just a bit jumbled up in this brain, I'm afraid.
I know the difference. I'll just... If I'm talking about vellum, I'll call it acetate. And if I've got to say acetate, I'll say vellum. So all that I've just done there is just pop that right along the base there, and I've just kept just a wee bit of pattern paper just peeping through just along there. Then what I've done is I've just taken a small piece of cardstock, white stamping card. You could of course stamp your sentiment onto a larger piece and then trim it down, but what I'm going to do is if I just bring in one of these sentiments, so you've got so many, so you can use them on their own or you can make a little sentence if you want, but what I'm just going to do is let's take wishing you joy, this, and then what you've got is holiday down at the bottom, which then completes the sentiment. So let's bring that in, and I'm just going to stamp using again our finesse alcohol proof, because that's what I've got to the side of me, but you could, if you wanted to, use your quick dry, no problem. So let's
Wonderful.
just stamp that one.
Loads of you, Stacey then says, oh, there's also vellum on the show. I think I meant the vellum in the first place, Stacey. Sorry, I'm getting everyone really, really confused today. Yes, loads of you chatting away. Good morning. A little late, says Dina. We'll let you off, Dina. That's absolutely fine. People talking about where they watch us as well in the comment, Craig. Quite a popular one seems to be on the iPad in bed.
Really?
Maybe we could do a show... Maybe we could do a show, like not in the same bed, obviously, but like from bed. Instead, flip it round, and we could broadcast it through our iPads. I could be in my bed in Chiltern, presenting into the iPad. You could be in your bed in Spennymoor. Producer Laura could be in her bed in Newcastle. We could all
The joy
be in
of technology nowadays,
doable,
you never
you know.
know. It's certainly doable. Although I don't know if I could do much crafting in my bed. I would certainly need to be in my craft room, but inner comfies, that would work, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
So there
that
we
was
go.
Beautiful.
Just another different take on using the peekaboo, where you can have it peeking out in another way, using the sentiment on their own. But as you can see, the stamped sentiment works and coordinates with the actual die cut as well.
It does indeed. I just want to quickly run you back through the options that you've got here with these as well. So you've got the cat firstly, which is this one here. Remember, you've got the stamps for the insides and the outs, which is great. You've then got this one here, which is the Peekaboo Doggy. I do love the doggo. He is super cute. You've got the elephant, always one of your favourites. It is again today. You've then got the bear in there. I'm a poet and I didn't know it, Craig. You've got the giraffe here, always very, very popular. They always end up being such a talking point, giraffes. Whenever we have them on, we always end up swapping lots of very random facts about giraffes. And then finally, the last one you've got is the bunny. £29 or $41 if you want to get all 6 of those. What we also have for you, and I fear it may be the last chance for this year on these, is the peekaboos. So the peekaboo, you've got the reindeer in here, which is wonderful. You then also have... Oh, I'm all fingers and thumbs here. You've then got the polar bear, which is the one that you've just seen Craig using. Again, you've got the inside and the outside stamp. You've got the Jolly Robin in there as well. Oh, and then finally, last but by no means least, you've got Santa. Now, the great thing is about these, because they're edgeables, it means you can do all of the different edgeable techniques that you can do with all of our edgeables, other edgeables. So get yourself over to Crafters TV, go and have a look at all the previous masterclasses. I think there's like a whole peekaboo masterclass and then 3 other masterclasses all about everything you can do with edgeables. £18 or $25 for these ones. You can get them individually and on a 2-4, and if you want to do that, 2 for $11 or $17, and you can mix and match across the everyday ones and also the festive ones as well. Now, talking about masterclasses, there is an amazing one coming up on Friday, and here's me to tell you more. Do you ever find yourself in a bit of an ink pad quandary? Does it need to be pigment? Is it quick dry? Is it water reactive? Don't worry, we have got the show for you coming up. There is an ink pad masterclass coming up Friday the 7th at 11 a.m. here in the UK, or 6 a.m. if you are across on the East Coast. Derek will be here, Leanne will be here as well, and they'll be taking you through all the different ink pads that we bring to you, helping you understand which one it is that you need for the project that you're going to be completing. I'm sure there'll also be some great deals on them for you as well. So have a think about your questions, get them jotted down, and make sure you join Derek and Leanne here on Crafters TV on Friday the 7th at 11 a.m. Do you want, can I share a secret with you about that little promo that we filmed? At the end, I say, join us Friday the 7th. Do you know why I didn't say August? Because I couldn't remember what month it was when we filmed it. Because we were in July, and that was coming up in August. And at the end, I got myself so confused. I thought, just say the 7th and then shut up, Joe, and it'll all be fine. And it was fine, you see. We live to fight another day. Right, there are a few of you asking about Totally Tiffany items on the show. This one is Terry, and Terry is available in the show. Have you got one of those tri-blend markers there still, Craig? I do. Could you throw me one? I don't know what my catching skills are like. Right, ready? Oh, that never happens.
It wasn't your catching, it was my throwing.
Absolutely, of course it was. Craig, you keep telling yourself that. I wanted to just see if the tri-blends fit in here, because they do. Look at that, perfect. Because a lot of them because the tri-bends are that little bit smaller, can you see? A little bit longer, sorry. A lot of the time they don't fit in very well, but they will actually fit in this bag. I think this is a great little project. I'm going to throw it back to you, Craig. We'll see if we can... Oh, a bit short, but you got it. Amazing. Right. This is brilliant. So if you've got a whole collection, like I don't know, in here, for instance, in my stadium, I've got all my pens, but I'm doing a project, I'm getting on the train, or maybe the bus would be a little bit wobbly, or you're going away, great to be able to just take a small selection of these with you. So I think they're perfect for that. You can fit all of our markers in there as well. £4.49 or $7.19 if you want to get your hands on that. It's got that lovely hard shell in there as well, which is brilliant. So definitely grab that. Now, the Garden of Love cardstock. I shared it with you at the start of the show. Very, very busy on this. It all comes as well, let me just remind you, in these lovely boxes. So if you want to keep it in those, you can. And it gives you an idea of the colours in there that you've got. So it'll all come individually boxed, each one of these paper collections. Let me just share with you. So firstly, oh, how shiny. You've got the mirror, which is absolutely gorgeous. That wonderful mirror board there for you. It's a really great weight, this, as well, which is fantastic. So it's 250 GSM, which is really sort of the most ultimate versatile weight, because you can use it, of course, for die cutting if you want to. I think you probably just about get, I think it's a bit too beautiful, but you could use it for mats and layers if you wanted to. This one here is the matte mirror, which is like a brushed aluminium or stainless steel. I would say it's just about strong enough as well to do things like your construction, if you wanted to do that with it too. You've then got it in the glitter. Now, the great thing is, because the glitter's a little bit more intense than the others, but they're all on the same colour tone. So they'll all work together beautifully, or they work wonderfully independently of each other too. That's your glitter. You then have... I was about to call it acetate again, and then I stopped myself. You then have the vellum as well. Now this vellum is great. Can you see? It's like it's not shiny. It's like got a luster to it, which is like, it's almost like a gold leaf quality to it. It's really, really beautiful. So you've got it in that wonderful gold, and you've got it in that sort of just off white there, which is beautiful. It's going to add a really lovely feel and effect. Can you stamp onto acetate, Craig? You can
do.
Wonderful.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes,
and then also you've got the linen. The linen is very classy. It really is. It's like a day at the races, the linen is the only way to describe it. Here you can see you've got it again in that lovely cream, the greens, the blush, and that beautiful peach there as well. $8.99, $11.65 if you want to go for those. It's very, very busy on those already. We've got the Scoremaster and the Envelope box available for you. There's so much inspiration around the Envelope box and the Scoremaster available on our website, on our YouTube channel, on Crafts TV as well. This is the really popular deal that you guys always love too. You get both of them there, £18 or $23. Craig, I know, loves his and was like, oh, do you know what? Can I do a demonstration on that when we're in our meeting? So we thought, yes, of course, Craig, why not? This is brilliant. Anyone that's not got these, one of these, really should have one, Craig, because I think these will save you money. Do you agree?
Absolutely, they will do. So whether you want to make your own card blanks, and of course you can make your own envelopes, you can make your own box envelopes, you can make your own boxes with them, you know, from A4 letter size card all the way up to A3 and beyond. So I thought what we will do to start with is let's show you the envelope box, and I thought what we could do is make an envelope with the vellum that comes within that Garden of Love collection. Now this is the box here, the board here. You can use it freestand as it is. However, what you can do as well, if you've got the Ultimate Pro, it does slot in the Ultimate Pro just nicely, and then you're able to do all your scoring there. However, because it's this area that you're focusing on, it does mean that you can use it on its own. So what I've done beforehand is I actually brought that card that we've just made in beforehand, because it is what was that, 4.5 by 4.5. So what I've just gone to do is, let's go to the page that I've pre-looked at. So what I want to do is you get all your grids in here. Now, try and not be overwhelmed to start with. There is all the information at the start. It steps you through different things that you can do, the way to create and fold your envelopes. To start with, at the first half you've got it in centimetres, then the last half you've got it all same measurements, but again this time it's in inches if you are in inches. So what I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to use the inches guide. So it tells me here I want to have a flat envelope, which is there, and it tells you there, flat envelope. And then what I want to do is I just want to have a look at the size I want. So because that card was 4.5 by 4.5, I can make an envelope that is 4.5, I can see it there, and then all that I do is look for 4.5, come along. So for a 4.5 by 4.5 envelope, I need a piece of card or paper that is 7.25 by 7.25. I am, however, I just want to make it a wee bit spacious, so let's go for 5.5 by 5 by 5. So I need a piece of card, or in this instance, vellum, by 7.5 by 7.5. So let's set that out the way for the time being. Let's bring in my guillotine, and then what I'm going to do is bringing in that vellum that I've just done there. So let's bring this one in. Let's get our vellum cut to size. So this again could be vellum, it could be that cardstock that Joe showed you, it could be pattern paper if you want. It's entirely up to yourself. So what I'm then just going to do is just going to line that up. So what I'm going to do is go to the 7.5 by 7.5, which is there. And then I'm going to cut again 7.5 by 7.5, which is there. So that's what I need for my envelope. So what I'm going to do is let's move that out of the way for the time being. So then if we bring in our envelope box back in again, just quickly as well to show you, anything that is in white, you'll be able to do in A4 or letter size. Anything that's in blue, you'll need A3 or 12 by 12. And then if you want to go anything bigger, which is in yellow, you need something that's a lot larger than A3. But it gives you all those options.
Wallpaper is what
Wallpaper's
Sarah has
good.
said. Wallpaper's a good one.
It is.
Guess, yeah, that's a great one to use. A lot of people, Craig, as well, I hear from a few people a lot of the time saying, oh, I have stopped using my envelope box creator because I lost the manual. So I haven't got the manual now. It's available as a download for free on our website. So if if you have misplaced it, and that's why you've stopped using it, definitely get over to the download section on the website and you can get yourself a new one printed off and sorted out.
And they're all there for these, the Ultimate Pro, your Scoremaster, your scoreboard, all of them, they're all there for you. So now that we've got our piece of vellum, which is 7.5 by 7.5, it tells me I just need position 1. Because remember, this is a flat envelope. There's not going to be any depth to it, which means I have got position 1 just there. Now, it's going to be harder for you to see on the cameras, but there is a notch here, which is position 2. There's another notch there, which is position 3. And then there's another notch there, it's position 4. So that enables you to do your different depth, but it does explain that in the guide. So then this one, all that I need is position 1. So then if I come back to the 7.5 by 7.5, I need to use lines F and F, which are really quite simple. So let's bring in our vellum. So what I'm doing is I'm just popping this right up to position 1. Then what I'm going to do is I'm looking for score line F. Let's just straighten that. You also have a wee notch down here to keep it straight. So let's go for position F. So I'm just going to score. And then what I'm just going to do is I'm going to go all the way around, because all 4 sides, because this is square, are all going to be F. So I'm just going to score. Again, because it's vellum, I'm being really quite careful, but this just goes to show with this vellum you can make an envelope.
Astrid saying she loves her scoreboard. Barbie saying she doesn't know how she crafted without the scoreboard and the envelope box creator. They're both amazing. She says, I guess the thing is, Craig, isn't it? You know, a lot of people go out there and a lot of people saying, vellum, Joe, it's called vellum. I'll get there, don't worry. A lot of people go out and they buy card blanks and envelopes and they buy, you know, different things and boxes and stuff like that. And of course you can go out and buy those things if you want to. But I think a lot of the time people maybe think, oh, I won't make them because they're too complicated. But having the Scoremaster and the envelope box creator, and also then all the inspiration that goes along with it, means if you wanted to, Craig, I'm pretty sure you could probably give up buying boxes and card blanks and envelopes if you wanted to with this.
Absolutely. The thing is, when you get familiar with it and you start to use it a lot, the chances are you're going to be using the same boxes or the same measurements time and time again, because we all have those favourite cards that card sizes that we like to use. So what I'm just doing there is just in those score lines, I'm just folding them over, and then just where the lines cross over at each corner, so there's just a wee bit where they cross over, all that I'm just going to do is I'm just going to press a wee nick in there. So I'm just cutting those wee corner bits just out, so they're easy enough to see up close, because the actual lines where you've just scored actually just crosses over right into the corner. So we can then just work our way in again. So if I just position that into there, so just cutting out the wee nicks just there, last one in this corner here, so just cutting that out. Then another a glue that's good for this one is our Col Altaque glue. So again, what I'm just doing is I'm just going to burnish them with my fingers. You can use your score tool if you want. When it comes to vellum, I always just use my fingers. So then what I'm going to do is if I just bring in our tacky glue, so this is just our Collal tacky glue, then all that I'm going to do now is I'm just going to fold it into the envelope shape. So you can see there, so what I tend to do is fold the two corners in first. So if I do it that way, so I'm looking face on, so I'm going to fold over the two corners, and then I'm going to fold up the bottom. That's going to give you a nice professional edge just there. So what I am just going to do, just along the fine edge of each side, I'm just going to add just a little bit of our tacky glue. You don't need much because it's nice and tacky, plus it's not going to show. So if I then just hold that in, and then what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to press. I'm going to make sure that it really adheres to it. Vellum will just need a wee bit extra pressure just to hold into place, but then this enables you to do your, it could be your envelopes, it could be your wraps, anything like that. Don't forget, you can still emboss and die cut your vellum. So I'm just going to hold that a few seconds longer.
Sarah did say as well that she's working on some new inspiration as well for the Scoremaster and the Envelobox Creator 2 in the form of a USB, which is coming out in October. Birthday. So definitely if you get this now, you'll be in and ready to go. Astrid's letting us know that in the 4 p.m. show, generally she watches while she's cooking, Craig. Do you know what I'd like to know? What's she cooking today? Maybe we could have like a little feature which is Astrid cooks, and she could let us know every day what she's cooking. That'd be lovely.
Could do. That would be good. That would be interesting to know. Yeah, pictures, see what's going on. So what I've just done is I just glued that part just down there like I showed you, and then what I'm then going to do is that just fits in. Now keeping in mind this card is 4.5 by 4.5, so you could make the envelope 4.5 by 4.5, but I've just made it 5.5. So
that's
then
beautiful.
Check out the website. You do get envelope glue gum, so check out the website for that. So that just is a bit of adhesive. You pop around the edge, it dries, and that enables you to then lick that. So you can use that one. Or that, hey, Laura, that's a great idea. Laura said if you've got the Garden of Love, if you've got the wax seal, that would look good for in the centre as well. But just gives you a nice professional. Can you imagine if it's birthday invites, what about wedding invites or to do with anniversaries? Then you're able to create your own. So many different sizes, you know, it could be wider, it could be longer, it could be shorter, you know, there's so many different dimensions within that book that you can follow. But that's just a simple envelope that vellum, but it could be card, it could be paper, wallpaper, whatever you like.
Absolutely, and the great thing is about that you'll never need to go out and buy a box again. You never need to go and buy, you know, an envelope. You never make something and don't have an envelope that fits. It just makes it so much simpler for you. Shannon's asking, Craig, what is the largest envelope that you can make with the Envelobox Creator?
So if we look on these ones, the largest that the guide goes up to is 8 inches by 8 inches. But as time and that's gone on, I do know if you were to check out the website, certainly if you were to go into our Pinterest and search on there, there's people that have done other guides and that for you as well, where you can make larger size boxes or envelopes using our Scoremaster or our envelope box maker.
Awesome. Kay also says her scoreboard booklet only has measurements in centimetres and there's no conversion for inches. You can grab the other manual in the download section of our website. It's there right now, Kay. You can go and grab that. It'll always be there for you. So love the cough there, says Ray as well. Oh, Astrid's got back to us, Craig. Today, she's making a sweet potato chilli, but you should check out yesterday's pavlova. Yes, please. We are all coming around for tea, please, Astrid. Right, I want to recap some of the stuff that's proven really, really busy in this show. The peekaboos. I think they're your favourite so far, actually. This is the Christmas collection. Could be the last call for the Christmas one. Great value as well. £18 to get 4 concept stamped dies there, or $25 if you're in the US. We've also got the everyday peekaboos for you, £29 or $41 here if you want to grab those ones. Now you can mix and match if you wish, 2 for £11 or $17 across both the everyday ones and the Christmas ones. So however you get hold of them, loads of great value there for you. The balloons, very busy on the balloon alphabet. It's £52 or $82 if you want to get all of them. You can get them available individually if you wish as well. But it seems a shame to split those up. The tri-blend markers, you guys are loving the tri-blend markers. Really busy on these. There's loads of different ways of you getting hold of them. These are in those 6-packs, which is a really affordable way for you to maybe try blends for the first time. The Monday Mega Deal, $12.45 or $14.95 if you want to get this. It's 8 of those gorgeous sentiment stamps for you. It will only last for 24 hours or while stocks last, so make sure you do grab those. The low tack tape is on the show and available and very busy, lots of dies, so great to stock up on this. $4.99 or $6.95. You pay $4.95 a roll for the brand leader of this low tack tape. You get 3 rolls there for that price, which is fantastic. Right, we've got the textured corner dies on the show. It's a real good mix of stuff you haven't seen for a while, this show, but also some of your really most recent favourite launches. The textured corner dies are amazing because they are a creator card die. Now, our creator card dies usually retail for somewhere in the region of about $19.99, it's fair to say. Here you get 4 of them for £27 or for $35. They're all available individually apart from one of them, which is the Argyle. You can only get the Argyle in the big collection. So this one here is the Textured Corners Vintage Mosaic. Is it the Vintage Mosaic? It's not. It's the Dry Stone Wall. Do you know, this has confused me every time. On the back of the board it says that it's called Vintage Mosaic. Maybe it was. Maybe it was called Vintage Mosaic at some point. Who knows? This one here is Abstract Floral that you've got. And finally, you also have the Climbing Rose, which is that one just there. Very beautiful. The Argyle one, which I don't have a board for, is this one just here. Now, it shows you with all of these how you can actually flip these out. So this is the Argyle one you use along that corner. Someone's flipped and rotated it, used it up that corner, and then used a bit of it also on the side here. £27 or $35 gets you absolutely all of them. I think Astrid saying we're able to come over for dinner. Shannon's making faux fried rice using cauliflower. Do you know what? I've eaten many foods in my time. Cauliflower rice is not something I have ever tried. So maybe I need to. Oh, someone's asking when my birthday. I love this, right? Someone asked me when my birthday was, and before I could see it and read it out, someone else replied letting them know. I think it's amazing that you know when my birthday is. It's the 26th of September. It used to be the 27th of September. I've told you about that. I can't get back into that. Right, loads of you have been sending in your pictures for us, which we absolutely love. Kirsten sent these ones in. How fabulous are those? Kirsten, oh, it's Kirsten from Ida Oberstein in Germany. She's on our German design team. Lovely to have you in, Kirsten. Thank you for sending those. Maxine Skingsley has sent this in for us as well. A card that she has made using the alphabet balloons that are in there. Diane sent us in this one. All the textured corners. Love how they've been doubled up. Really works well doubled up with the roses. This might be a lovely addition to your rose gold collection as well if you went for that. That is coming up this week actually, the rose gold. It'll be here on Wednesday with Derek. He will be here with the rose gold. So if you want to get your hands on that, great opportunity to do so then. Now, Craig, I know you love these. Great for paper crafting. I think mixed media artists would also love these. Do you agree?
Yeah, absolutely, because what you could also do then, if you die cut them multiple different times and then layer them upon each other, you know, you get that chipboard effect. So yeah, you can actually gesso over the top for on top of your canvases, or then what you could just do is mask them, or then you could even emboss them. That's a good idea as well. So what I'm going to do is, I've got one that I've made earlier on, so let's show you the concept of how I created this one. Actually, we'll show you. This is what I'm going to show you. Keeping it really quiet and simple. You could then obviously change and choose one of the stamps that we've got on today, but this is just to give you an idea how with the Argyle, just using that within the background is there, and how it's just enough just to break up whatever it is that you are having in the foreground. So let's go right in. So let's take our water reactive ink pad. So let's take our lemon tonic and our honey pot. So all that I'm just going to do is just kind of a bit of randomness. I'm just going to blend some colours together. So you could do them in spots or areas, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do them randomly but in stripes. Now that might not make any sense, but I'm just going to pop the colour on in random fashions, but I'm just going to have them in striped areas. No specific reason other than because I thought let's go for it. So let's just go over the top. So it's the lemon tonic and it is the honey pot that I'm using combined. So then we can just work our way through, and then I am also going to use some of that spray and sparkle as well.
Anne's made me laugh for her comment. She says, "You've got to laugh when the supermarket ad said that they had plant-based rice for cauliflower rice." She's like, I mean, last time I checked, rice is a plant, so a bit funny advertising it as plant-based rice. It is quite funny. Oh, don't get me started on, do you know supermarket labelling, Craig, is one thing. If you want to get me started on labelling is the one thing that really winds me up when I go to this stuff. You know, and they put things like butcher's choice and farm fresh and these words that don't mean anything. See, I've already started. I'm just going to move on. I'm on a rant again already.
You're speaking to someone who worked in food retail for 18 and a half years. So
it's really annoying.
I know what you mean.
Really annoying. It doesn't mean anything. What does it mean, big brother? Astrid says, I've made a cauliflower-based pizza before. Very tasty, but a bit of a faff. Delicious. I can't say I've ever had a cauliflower-based pizza. Apparently, it's nice, says producer Laura. Tricked my hubby into mashed cauliflower. Potatoes have too much potassium for his diet requirements, and he loves potatoes. As long as no one told him it was what it was, then it worked. Fair enough. We don't advocate lying to your partners or your children, but what you do in your own home is up to you, isn't it, Craig?
Absolutely, yeah. And there's many that hide and disguise your packages from us and HSN or Crate and Craft, that's for sure. We know what you're up to. So I've just blended some of those two colours on the background, and I've just taken a spritz tool. So I find as well, having that texture from the corner dyes, it's always nice just to be able to do spritz backgrounds and that, and it all adds to that effect. So I'm just going to let that settle for a moment. I've taken some black card because that's going to be the background. So with the dye, so this one is the aged argyle. This is where you've got the actual dye, so that dye cuts into your card, and you also get the outside dye, so that enables you to cut out of your card. So what I'm then just going to do is let's just dab off this excess, and then we're going to run this through our die cut machine. I would come along and just give that a quick dry with the heat tool, but I'm just going to go through as it is. So let's take these ones out the way. Let's bring in our cutting plate. Alternatively, you know, when we say use these as a mask, what you could do is die cut this out into a piece of scrap card, and then why not spray through it using your spray and sparkle, so you get some good effects in that way. So I'm just popping that to the top right hand corner. So then let's just run that through. So it's our wafer thin die, so it's just our base cutting plate, plastic shim, magnetic shim and top cutting plate. So as that comes out, we can bring in our other card, but what we're going to do is bring out our spray and sparkle.
Astrid saying her favourite packaging is when it's on a bag of like salted peanuts, and it says on the bag, caution, may contain nuts. But you'd hope so, wouldn't you?
That's funny, yeah, that things like that just make me laugh. So what we're going to do, yeah, get good bargains in those aisles.
Have you heard about this term, Craig?
Yeah,
Laura's just talking about it. A whoopsie is like when you get like something marked down in the supermarket. Until I moved to the north out east, I can say I've never heard it called the whoopsie aisle or whoopsies, like things that are marked down.
Yeah.
What would you call it?
Well,
I
used
call them
to work
yellow.
for
I'd say yellow tickets is what I'd call
the
them.
co-op.
Maybe.
Ours was just reduced to clear ticket.
Right. Okay.
I think the whoopsie, I think that was from a number of years ago. Was it like Quick Save or something like that here in the UK, or was it Asda's the whoopsie aisle?
Ah, I see. I'd never heard. Someone said we got whoopsie salmon the other day. It was wonderful. And I was thinking, well, is that a certain kind of breed of salmon that I've never heard of? Like, was it tinned? Was it smoked? No, it was whoopsie salmon. You should try it. It's delicious.
Whoopsie salmon. Yeah, give that a shot. Right, let's bring Brenda in again. I've not broke Brenda.
Ironically,
that was Debbie.
Ironically, you need some stick and spray to stick Brenda back together again.
She's sorted. I'm just propping her up by her bum, but she's sorted. So there we go. So I've just got my black matting layer. So all that I'm now just going to do is actually, do you know what? Let's do this first. Let's show you as if it's a mask. So I'm going to use the opposite side. Right, actually, let's go this way. You know, let's go this way. So we'll use the opposite side because we could just pretend this is a bit of scrap to start with, and it is going to be using as a mask. So we could use it as a mask. So let's just do a few sharp, short blasts. Then if I remove that one, then, oh wow, love this look. So if I then bring this Can you see there? I'm going to bring it a bit closer because then maybe I'll be able to tip it so you can see. I'm hoping there. Wow, look at that. So you're getting that argyle effect coming all the way through. Now you don't need to just do this with obviously your texture corner dies. Use this any of your other dies that you've got at home. So you could be using that one as a mask. Then let's actually use it the way I was going to. So let's take the opposite side. So we're just going to coat the whole of this black layer. So just a few short, sharp blasts.
So better to do that than just sort of hold it and just wave it around, is it, Craig?
Yeah, because you'll get a nice even texture and you're not going to saturate the card in certain areas. So we're going to find, I can see it from my angle, what we can get is, even there, just wait, look at that. Now that actually looks like as if it's shedless glitter card, doesn't it? You've got your sparkles of gold coming through. That looks absolutely awesome, but it is. And you know, you've got that slight texture, but it's nothing grainier that. So then what we're just going to do is bringing in just a bit of adhesive. Now let's actually use a wet glue. Because I've just sprayed that onto the black card, it's still, obviously it's not soaking wet, but it's still got that kind of damp feature to it because we've obviously just sprayed some sparkle onto it. So I'm just going to go over with a wet glue because then this will dry into the fibres of the card.
Shannon says her husband came into her craft room yesterday and handed her a box and said, I thought you needed a Brenda. There you are. Brenda's, you know, there's Brenda's all over the land.
A lot of Brenda's going about. I know. Lots of Brenda's going about. There we go. It'd be interesting to see, you know, all the different pictures of all the different styles and colours. And I wonder if you'll all call her Brenda, or maybe you'll call her something else. You never know. It'd be good, yeah.
Ray has said that she often breaks down boxes and puts them in the cycling. She says also, I plead the fifth on hiding packages. A lot of people talking about breaking them down. Ray also says that she almost had a heart attack when her husband said they were going to put in a Ring doorbell, which is one of those, you know, that shows you a picture of who's coming to the house and going. She was thinking, gosh, how am I going to get all my craft deliveries in without him knowing anymore? We used to have one of those when I lived with my old housemate, and she'd be like, oh, you didn't come in till 3:47 the other night. And I'd be like, how do you know? And you know, you get in and you think, oh, I didn't get in too late. I think it was about 2-ish, something like that. She'd be like, well, actually, it was 3:47 because I can see the activity on the Ring doorbell.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't know if, don't want anyone watching or knowing when I'm coming or going. So what I'm just going to do is, I'm just leaving it at that one because I don't have the stamped elements to the side, but it shows you exactly how I was able to create the finish. I'll just quickly show you. So that is how it looks just there. And then what I'm going to do is show you that's what we've just done there. So all you would need to do is just add maybe the actual stamped sentiments or so. So, Joe, I don't know, have you got the finished samples for these ones?
I do not. No, let me just quickly run you back through the options that you've got when it comes to grabbing though. The 4 that you've got. So you've got the rose in there, which is that one there, just fantastic. You've also got the vintage, no you haven't, you've got the dry stone wool. I must cross that off the back of this piece of cardboard. You've also then got the abstract floral in there as well, and then you've got the aged argyle as well. They are the options. Someone suggesting that all Ray needs to do is wait till she gets a notification that the delivery driver's near, go to the breaker box in the house, turn it off, let him deliver, and then turn the doorbell back on again. Just claim that there's a power cut.
That is a lot of work.
That is a lot of work.
That is a lot of work just to hide your packages. Do you know what you would just do? You would just, when you come to order, you just change your address, wouldn't it, to your friends or family. So here we go. So here's some ideas what you could be creating using the set that we just showed you. So there's the argyle. So we know how Joe does love a tag. So you could be using it as tags. But then, you know, we've got the roses. So you can actually be creating a focal point for your cards or projects. On this one here, what about doing an acetate wrap? So you can see how I've just used 2 in each corner. So with that one there, we've cut out of the cardstock. Then what about building your scenes? If you've got any of your characters, that texture wall, that's the brickwork, that's really good. All those die cut pieces, keep a hold of them as well and use them elsewhere. Then we've got, again, this one here. So, you know, bringing in your dragonflies or your butterflies, really changing the look of them as well, depending on the colours that you use. Then we've got that one here, so another one with the rose, but that's with the glitter. But then what about as well, your concept cards, your stepper cards, your easel cards, you could be using them as well. So a good focal point as well, but on the side. So it doesn't just have to be nice, small and in the corners like some of them have, really make them stand out crate frames surrounded. Small and simple, but really like that one. And bringing in any of you. Maybe got your new double-sided dies, you can be using them too.
Absolutely, you can. Now, lots of you with very full baskets, so I'm going to give you an opportunity to get yourself checked out. If you're new to us here at Crafters TV, you might not be aware of the wonderful thing that we call Club Inspire. If you are new, here's Sarah to take you through all the details.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now, on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money-saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the Crafty makes. We'll send you a completely free quarterly Digimag direct into your inbox, giving you lots of hints, tips, inspiration, additional offers and some sneaky behind the scenes gossip from the team. So what are you waiting for? Become a member of our club today.
All the fabulous details of Club Inspire there. Right, I want to just whiz you through, again, the peekaboos, the everyday ones first. Very busy on these. There's 6 in this collection. You can mix and match. I'll tell you more about that in a second. In here, you've got the cat. Now, remember, they are a fantastic concept stamp and die for you. There is a peekaboo masterclass. There might even be 2, actually, you know, over on Crafters TV. So you can go back and get loads of inspiration for these. You've got the dog there. This next one here is the baby elephant. All of the sentiments interchange with the different characters as well, which is always handy. So there's loads of different options when it comes to putting these together for you. You've got the giraffe there and you've got the bunny there too, which is brilliant. So if you want to get those, £29 or $41, you've got a great saving there for those. We also have the Christmas ones available for you as well. Let me just quickly pop you through those. So in here, you've got Santa, exactly the same. You've got all the sentiments to finish these off as well. You've then got Merry, which is your reindeer. You can mix and match the sentiments and the characters between the 2 different collections if you want. There is your polar bear, which is wonderful. And then finally, you've got that jolly little robin in there as well. Now, talking of mixing and matching, you can get them individually for $6.99 or $9.95, of course, the everyday and the Christmas. You can also get 2 for £11 or $17, and you can mix those across the 2 as well. Or you can get them in their individual bundles. I think this might be your last chance though to get hold of the Christmas ones. They're very, very busy. We don't have all that many left now. £18 or $25 if you want to get hold of those. It's the reindeer that is the most popular in the Christmas ones. That is the one that will sell out first individually if you want it. Is it the dogs, I believe, in the everyday? That is also very, very busy. Right, I know Craig wants to share with us more inspiration, so I'm going to take you back through the we're going to go back to the start. We're going to go, no, is it back to the I think I don't know what's happening with me today. I'm having a bit of like I'm having one of those days. Craig's saying as well that he's having a bit of one of those days. I think it's Monday. Do you know what happens on a Monday, Craig? It starts off, I burst into Monday, super loads of energy in the morning, but Monday afternoon I end up flagging a little bit. Yeah. It's that Monday feeling.
Yeah, as I think just to give you a wee peek as well, Joe as well as myself, it's coffee we've got today,
it's gone,
isn't it?
It's run out.
Oh, you finished yours. I've got a tiny bit.
I mean,
I usually feel like energy on the Monday, and I do have energy, but do you know when you're just needing that wee extra oomph.
It's Mondays.
We'll
That's
get
what
there.
Mondays are about.
Monday.
Mondays don't count as well. If you mess it up on a Monday, you've got until Friday to sort it out again. So it's all absolutely fine, Craig. Now, if you want to go for the alphabets, you can. So what we've got here is the alphabet dies with the matching stamps. Love the amount of texture that you get from those stamps as well. £52 or $82 gets you all of it. You've got the numbers in here with all of your ordinals and your sentiment, some sentiment stamps in there too. And then you've got this one. Now, Maxine had just gone for this one on its own. I wouldn't split the numbers and the alphabets up. I think if you wanted to go for it on its own, you could go for these individually. But they work so beautifully as a collection, it is a shame to split them down. You've got a great price on going for all three of them too. £52 or $82 if you want to grab them. If you want to order these, then you can do so right now over on the website, craftscompanion.com.co.uk or .eu. You can watch and shop there at the same time as well. Have we got any obscure names coming up in this section of the show, Craig?
Any obscure names? Don't know.
Well, we had a random Ryan earlier, which didn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah,
I
no,
wonder if we got like
no.
Susan or something in this part of the show.
You did throw me for a minute. I'm thinking, okay, what are you on about? But yeah, no, on this one, what we're going to do is we're going to use the balloons, we're going to use the numbers, we're going to create a 21st birthday card. So what I've done to start with is let's just take our white smooth cardstock. Again, when it comes to stamping, I tend to do a lot of mine on the smooth white cardstock, then adding on the colour. I'm also going to use the S and the T, so the 21st. Then what I'm doing is I've just got a bit of black card as well, because you also get, it's just a straight line die, however, that again, is going to give you another style of the streamer that's coming off the balloon to hold it up. So we're going to pop that one on as well. Then let's actually bring in one of the balloons. So we're going to die cut that one into some colour card. And we've even got a wee bow as well, which you can attach to the bottom of the balloon. So we're going to die cut all of them at the same time. So we're going to run these through. So if you've got, you know, a large name to do, or maybe large name and dates, if you've got the large Gemini, then of course you can do so many of them all at once. But alternatively, if you just want to use your mini, if you've got it, then you can do it. It's no problem. So it's a wafer thin, so plastic shim, magnetic shim, top cut and plate, and that is just going to go all the way through.
I should say I'm having a carb crash. I haven't had enough carbs to have a carb crash, I think. I'm trying not to have any sugar and very minimal carbs at the moment, so maybe it is. Maybe, do you know what it is? Maybe I've gone so long, I've gone 8 days without a pizza, Craig. Maybe I need a pizza. That's what I need just to get me back on the straight and narrow.
It could very well be. You just need something just to give you that wee boost.
Absolutely.
You know? Yep. Maybe a treat yourself.
I'm a white Twix away from having a good show. That's what it is, you know. Ooh. It's definitely. We scientifically proved that it improves performance, didn't we? A white Twix just last week.
We did, yeah. Do you remember as well? I think it was when we were talking about the white Twix. I was talking about the white lion bars.
The white lion.
The white lion bars. Well, I was in the other day. Can't say it was a day off because it wasn't. I was working from home and I took a wee break and I went to here in the UK an inexpensive store called B&M, and I went there because they had Friends, the TV show. They had Friends branded.
Near us?
Yes.
Where is it?
Bishop.
Oh,
there's one in Bishop, yeah.
Brilliant. I need to go there and
so
get some
they
bars.
Have your coffee machines that you get there, the coffee pods, they have Friends branded ones, so of course I want some of them. Anyway, they had the white chocolate lion bars. Now you know how much lion bars could be here in the UK. They had them for 29p.
What?
29p.
That's a bargain. How much
As a bargain. You know, maybe the other side of 10, maybe. So, yeah.
How's the jelly tot addiction going?
Do you know, that's died down slightly,
Has
actually.
It?
Yeah.
I'm glad you managed to rein that in.
Got loads.
My jelly tot addiction got quite out of... I was doing Craig's shopping for a little while over lockdown. Craig was doing my laundry, still is doing my laundry. He's an absolute gem. But Craig was like, one week it was like, oh, I'd like this. Can you get me this, can you get me that? And one bag of jelly tots, please. And then the next week it was like, I need this, and this. Can you get me 2 bags of jelly tots, please? Every week it just kept going up, thinking, it's just a whole bag of jelly tots by the end of it. But it's calmed down. And then I thought to myself, foolishly, well, do you know what? Maybe I should try these jelly tots because Craig seems like he's having a lovely time with them. Big mistake. Huge. Mistake, yeah. I was up to about three bags of jelly tots a week as well, and the decent size one on lockdown. Yeah, there was a lot of jelly tots consumed between myself and Craig on lockdown.
Was that it? Just 3 a week?
Three a week.
Well, maybe not quite 3 a day, but I was kind of like close to about 3 every day. See, when you're crafting, you sit and you just pick away at them. It's probably why I couldn't sleep over that period of time. So what I've just done, Joe, is I've taken out the die cut sentiment, or the die cut numbers, as well as the S and the T. So I'm just going to use my quick dry. So I'm using the Bordeaux. So I'm mixing the green with a bit of that deep red, because in the card blank I'm going to show you, I do have some red. So what I'm just going to do is, if I can just line it up from my angle, hopefully, and just press. So we're just layering them up again. You can see, look at that. You even get that white shadow effect all the way around. I'm just lifting it up, keeping it from up above so you can see, but you've got all that detail around there, so you love that. So if you like to do your accents with maybe your gel pens or that, you don't need to do it with them. It's all done for you. So again, still using the same colour. Let's move on to the 1. So this could be, of course, a birthday. This could be a date of birth. This could be, you know, the time and the date of an arrival of someone that's given birth. Think of all these different things that you could use them for. Wedding dates, anniversary dates, so many different things. It's numbers and alphabets are one of those things in life, certainly in crafting, that you know you are going to use all the time, because you always need the alphabet as well as numbers.
Absolutely, and great in home decor as well. You want to put these in a box frame, they would be wonderful for that. Valerie wants to know, what are jelly tots? They're kind of like they're not a soft jelly, but they're kind of like a very small, they're like little pellets, aren't they?
They are.
And they're sort of a medium firm jelly with like sugar around them. They're fruit flavoured. They're very, very...
Although they're a lot bigger than they used to be.
Are they?
Yeah, well, yeah, they're like big bullets now. I know, yeah, everything else gets smaller. They've got bigger, and I actually liked how they used to be really small. Just a wee bit of jelly inside with sugar coated. But
Sandra says B&M is a definite place to visit for reasonably priced treats.
Yes.
There is one on North Road in Darlington, Joe. Oh, I shall pop along there. Yeah, I need to get some. It's not as good as chocolate, Craig. It's like this pretend chocolate that you can get that's got like lots of protein in it, and it's not chocolate, but it's pretty sweet, and they're quite tasty. But Laura let me know that they have them in a B&M. I didn't know where there was one, so thanks for that. I'll pop by and grab some.
What
of those.
they call them? I was probably looking at them.
Yeah, like gumdrops, Anne says, just like a gumdrop.
Oh.
Indeed. Right, we need to change the subject.
I know,
I'm on a
do it,
diet,
don't we?
and this is really spiralling out of control. We've gone from pizza to chocolate to jelly tots. No more food talk, right, for the last 25 minutes, Craig, okay?
Oh, it won't be long until we actually move on to the subject of food again, I'm sure. Yeah, Laura had lovely, well, it smelled lovely, scrambled eggs yesterday when we were in, just before I was leaving. So just thought I would just share that, you know, the randomness.
Thanks for that.
Share that. So there we go. So now, and this is what I've done, because I've taken colour card. So it goes to show you don't have to colour them if you don't want to. I've just die cut it on a colour card and stamped, and that's what I'm going to do with that one. I'm just leaving it like that. So what we can do is let's bring that one in. I've got one that I also done earlier on. So we've got these two. Let's bring in the ones that we've just stamped and die cut. So we've got 20 first, and then I'm also going to bring in the ribbon that would die cut as well. And then what I've also got, I've got the actual strip, and I've also got one that I've also die cut earlier as well. So let's set that to the side. I'm going to bring in my actual card blank so we can see just there. So all that I've done is I've just created a twisted easel. You can see there's just a bit of matting and layering. So then all that I'm just going to do is I'm going to bring these ones in. So a bit of foam pad. So then let's just bring in some foam, and then one of them, so this one here, let's just leave flat. So let's just add some adhesive just there. So let's pop that one. Then this one just here, I'm going to just offset it, but I'm just going to add a bit of foam just to lift it up. So if we pop that one at an angle that you can see, then what I'm going to do is just a few more foam pads. Let's just pop some on the back. I would add just a wee bit more when you've got more time, but let's just pop that one on. So you can always look to position them first. So if we do the 2 and the 1, and then you can then start to, let's do the first just there, because what you want to keep in mind as well, you want to have the wee strips there. So let's pop that one on at the bottom. So let's take that one off so we can then start to have a wee play. So let's take that one, and then let's take that one onto there. And then if we then bring in our strip, and we can have it so it's kind of like that the balloons are floating in the air. So let's just pop that one there. So let's bring in our strips. So let's bring that one just there. So let's just add some glue. So we're just adding some of our wet glue there. Now I'm just going to pop that. So just underneath the bottom of that balloon, where you've got obviously where the balloon ties, I'm just lapping up that black strip. But, you know, it could be gold. If you've got any of that mirror or matte cardstock bundle, you could be using them.
A lot of love for this card. Asuli says, very cool, love the card. Gwen also saying she just received a balloon, party cakes and garden shed auto ships. I will have to play with them all today. Sounds like she's going to have a lot of fun.
That'll be a lot of fun, won't it? So again, there we go. I'm just going to bring that one down as well. So let's actually move that one over. So let's just press that one. Then what I'm going to do is let's take that wee bow that we've got just here. I'm just going to bend it slightly just to add a wee bit extra dimension to it. Just a bit of glue, and then what I'm just going to do is I'm going to pop it towards the bottom, but I'm not going to completely cover up the string strands at the bottom, because you know what it's like. If you're holding a lot of balloons together, you get all those strings that are just sitting at the bottom, so it just looks a bit more real. And then I'm just going to leave it just like that, and then what we're going to do is if I turn that around, then we've got that as an easel card, so a twisted easel. So if I turn that around,
love that.
We can see just there. So it could be a normal opening card, or because I've done a twisted easel, we've just used even the stopper at the bottom, we've used the sentiment as well, but we've just used the balloons as the numbers as well as the main balloons in the background to create the card.
Absolutely wonderful. Right, I want to just recap the balloon alphabets that you're getting. So in here, you get your alphabets, which is brilliant. All of your A to Z in there, which is fantastic. You're also getting the stamps, of course, that give you all of that text too. You've got the numbers with all of the ordinals, and you then get this part here, which is your balloon sentiments, which allows you to complete that to a full project and really build that scene and that background. £52 or $82 if you want to grab hold of that. Now, the Terry Buddy bag, I've got to bring it back in because it is very, very busy. It really is fantastic. It's great it's a really lovely size actually for loads of different things. You could actually, do you know what I reckon you could put in here? You could store your foils in here. It's a good little size to put slot your foil rolls into there. But I love it as a really nice on-the-go pen case. So if you are maybe working on a project and you don't want to, take the whole collection out with you. You've got your whole collection in a big bag. You could pop a few into here, decant them into here, and then you can take that on the way with you. It will hold as well, as we showed you earlier, our tri-blend pens as well. $4.49 or $7.19 if you want to go for that one. Let's have a little bit of a recap. I know Craig's going to get himself ready for one last demonstration. So whilst he does, let me recap some of the stuff that you've seen and loved so far in this show. This here is the Creative Card Textured Corner Die. It's a 4-piece collection for you. £27 or £27, sorry, or $35 if you want to get your hand on that. Amazing value to get 4 Creative Card dies for that price. If you want to get the Aged Argyle, you can only get it in the big collection. The other 3 are available to you. If you're in the UK, you can get all 4 of those individually if you wish. We've got the Scoremaster board and the Envelobox Creator for you. So busy here. Sarah has told you previously as well, she is working on a new Inspiration USB for this, which will be available in October. So great to get in now and grab this whilst it's on a fantastic deal, knowing that there is some more inspiration on the way for you, which is great. £18 or $23 if you want to get your hands on that one. There's a Crafter's Companion Essential Toolkit for you. Oh, this is nice. I haven't seen this one before. This is one of our small stamping platforms, 2 rocker blocks, the scissors, and that edge distressor there. What a really lovely little combination that is. £18 or $29 if you want to get your hands on that bundle. We've also then got the Spectrum Noir Tri-Blend markers. This is the 6-piece collections for you. And these are great because they're put together in little collections that are going to enable you to do maybe some woodland scenes, or maybe you want to do some sort of aquatic scenes. You've got a set for that. If you want to do portraits, there's a set for that, and so on and so forth. A great way of testing whether you like these. $17.99 or $27 £4.95. Right, let's go. Should we venture back into the Garden of Love? All of the cardstock that I showed you is really, really busy. So I want to just come back to it and just remind you what you've got here. With the cardstock, it all comes boxed. So you see here, I've got the Garden of Love packaging. It all comes like that. It keeps it nice and pristine for you. I've just taken it out so you can really see how gorgeous it is. It's 250 GSM, which is wonderful. And you get 24 sheets of each. So you've got 4 colours, 6 sheets of each colour. This is your mirror board, which is just gorgeous. It really is lovely. That is your favourite at the moment. You've also then got here as well the matte mirror that you can see. Now the matte mirror is gorgeous, just a little more muted, almost like a brushed stainless steel. If the mirror board was glass, this would be frosted glass. That's how I like to think about it. You've then got the glitter cardstock in here as well. The glitter, absolutely beautiful, really lovely. It doesn't shed as well. It's encapsulated, so you can put it through things like your digital cutting machines if you so wish. You've then got as well the vellum. Oh, got it right finally, just before the end of just in time for the end of the show. And this is lovely. I love how it's like pearlescent, this gold vellum that you've got here. Really beautiful. So you've got the gold vellum, and then you've got that lovely pure white vellum in there. It's kind of just like it's like a cool grey white. Really lovely, very, very classy. And then what you've got also is the linen. I think the linen looks beautiful for things like summer wedding invitations. It's got a really lovely texture to it. It's very hard for you to see, but when you get it home, you can just see it. It's like a very fine Italian linen. You've got the white there, you've got the green, the blush, and also that beautiful peachy colour in there too. All of those colour tones work beautifully together, or you could use any of them individually if you wanted to as well. Let me just recap the peekaboos for you as well. The Christmas ones you've got on the show, remember. In here you've got the reindeer, which is this one just here. You've also got the holiday, which is the bear there. You've then got the Jolly Robin, and finally you've got Santa in there as well. They're your Christmas ones, £18 or $25 if you want to get them in the bundle. There's also some everyday ones. The everyday ones are super, super cute. Remember, you've got a whole Edgeable Masterclass available over on the Crafters TV website. You've got the Peekaboo Cat, which is that one just there. You've also got the little doggy. You then have the elephant. You've got the bear. There is the giraffe. You also have the bunny as well. £29 or $41 there. You can mix and match them if you want to as well. You get 2 for £11 or $17 across the everydays and also the Christmas ones. The window arches, I know there were 2/3 of the stock gone. They're limited stock window arches. If you've got these in your basket, then what you need to do is you need to check them out because it is very, very busy there for those. The window arch is $9.99 or $12.95 if you want to get hold of those ones. Right, I know we don't have long left, Craig, but I reckon we've got long enough just to squeeze one more demonstration in. What do you think?
I think so as well. We're going to use those peekaboo, and let's use the elephant. So what I've got is I've got a 5x5 card blank. So all that I'm just going to do is just along the bottom, I'm just using my ruler, and you can determine or decide how far up you want to come. The only reason I'm just drawing a line is I want to have a guide just to pop my dies on. So what I'm just going to do is I've got the outside die for the head of the elephant just there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tape that down just onto the side. So I'm going to tape that into place. Then what I'm also going to do is let's bring in the word baby. So just take that bit of excess tape off. And then I'm just going to line that one up just right up to the edge of the side of the elephant's head. So I'm just going to tape that one onto place as well. So if I run that one through in a moment, what I'm also doing, can you see if you manage to get those arches, they just pop over the top. So that can then also tape. Now I'm popping them all together because I know if I secure them with tape, they will be absolutely fine. So I'm just going to tape that into place, and then I'm going to hold that one into place as well. So what this does is this creates a surrounding cutting edge. So you're going to get that outside edge that die cuts, as well as along the lines of the word baby, as well as the elephant. So wafer thin die, so plastic shim, magnetic shim, top cutting plate. We're going to run them ones through. Depending on the size of the card that you're making, maybe you're making a tag or a nameplate setting or that, they will of course go through your Gemini Mini or your Gemini Go. It's just obviously the size of the card that you make determines on what machine you need to use. So then let's pop them ones out the way. So I'm not going to fully decorate this because what I want to do is make a box, or at least make a base of a box, just to show you. If you want to add dimension to it, you can do. So let's just peel all of these off. So just being careful, peeling this one off, just like that. So what this will do, gives us the surrounding, it gives us the word baby, and then it also gives us the elephant. So just come along with either your craft knife or your scissors and just cut just where the join. You just need a wee nick just to finish it off. So pop that one there, and then just in between here and here. So if we just get that excess bit out there, and I'm just going to snip that bottom bit just there, and then also just in that corner, just there. So there we go. So then that starts to give you the concept of the elephant's head as well as the baby. Alternatively, you could have the head at that side if you want. It's entirely up to you. Then you could just come along, just rub that out later on. So let's take away that line. Bringing in our stamping press, I'm going to bring in the stamps. So we've got the elephant. You can't help but say elephant without saying Nelly the elephant. So let's take the head of Nelly the elephant.
Have you seen the new Dumbo film? Have you seen the Dumbo remake?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. Craig's underwhelmed, I think, is what I'm sensing from this.
Yeah,
Not
totally.
your cup of tea, Craig.
No, I was really disappointed with it.
It looks quite dark. It looks a bit like a Tim Burton. It is Tim Burton, isn't it?
Yeah. There's a lot of it that is away from the original story. You know,
Right.
obviously back in the day, there's things that they couldn't do with animals that they can do now. But what I would say as well is there was one day, actually, this was before I moved here, but I was working with Crafter's Companion. I had a day where I had nothing to do, so I wasn't really fussed about seeing the new Aladdin live action film. That was brilliant.
Yeah,
that was really
apparently
good.
there's a Lion King live action, and the cheaters have got Cockney accents, according to Laura.
So I started to see it. It's not that long come on the Sky Movies here in the UK, but I've not seen it all. But I'm intrigued to watch it. So there we go. So just while Joe just gives us a Cockney accent, I'm just quickly going to colour in just a wee bit with the elephant. So all that I'm just doing is a bit like I done earlier on. I'm just going to dab. So we're just going to dab all the way around, just like I'm doing here. So if you're doing any small images like I'm doing, then of course you could do the three-tone blend if you so wish. These do work absolutely beautifully if you do your blending on larger stamped images. So what that just means is if you are just tuning in. So on this one here, we've got the grey, for example. So this is the ice grey. Now on this end, we've got the lightest tone. And on this end, we've got the darkest tone, but then within the middle, you can see we've got the mid-tone. So you may be familiar with maybe something like our classiques, where you'll have the one colour, but you've actually got three pens per colour, and that is each of the different shades. So this is nice if you're a beginner, if maybe you're lacking in space. Obviously when it comes to the money to purchase them, it just helps in so many different ways. So for the elephant there, what I'm just going to do now is I've just flipped to the dark side, and I'm just going to dab again all the way around, just adding a wee bit of extra feature that you can see just here. So I'm just going to dab that around. I'm going to go back to the light. I'm just going to go a bit further in, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to just accent just under the eye, round the trunk. So I'm just picking out some of the detail here. So if you want to use them as a 3-pen blend, by all means you can do, but you maybe just want to use an individual colour each time, which is absolutely fine as well. But then I'm just moving to a pink, and I'm just going to do the ears.
I've got Disney Plus now, Craig, and I haven't watched anything on it yet. So I think on your recommendation, and everyone else's in the comments, I need to go and watch the live action remake of Aladdin.
Yes.
That sounds like that is my homework for our next show. Lots of people, we've really gone off topic in the comments, you know. It's like it's gone so far. Everyone's got that Monday afternoon feeling, Craig. I think that's what's going on. Gwen sat out by the pool in Hawaii in the sun, which sounds absolutely glorious. It's quite miserable again here today in the north, even though this is the middle of summer. But it's going to be hot soon, Craig. It's coming again this weekend, which is amazing, the latter end of this week. Talking about this week, shall I give you a heads up of what's happening? Because that is so much coming your way. I'll be here with you tomorrow for the softer side in the morning, myself and Sarah. That'll be followed by a lovely launch party with both of us again. I've got a few days off. Derek will be back here. I know he, amongst other stuff, he's got a brilliant Rose Gold Masterclass. I think that's Wednesday with Craig, that is. Is it Wednesday, Craig?
It is indeed.
Fantastic. That's going to be a really great show. I know how many of you really love your Rose Gold collections. Derek will also be here on Friday. He'll be here Thursday, of course, for Cartload. That'll be amazing. He'll also be here. That is also with Craig. Craig's got all the good shows this week. And then also he's here for a masterclass Friday morning at 11 a.m. with Leanne, which will be great. And then I know that Craft House this week on Saturday, Debbie is doing that with Derek as well, so that'll be loads of fun. I'll be back on Friday evening if you're in the US. Well, actually it won't be, will it? It'll be 2 p.m. On the East Coast. I'll be here for the HSM preview, which will be on our Crafts Companion USA page. That'll be looking ahead to all of the stuff that's coming up next week as part of the HSM Craft Day. And then I will be back with you on Sunday for 4 days, and I will be bringing Second Chance Sunday as well on Sunday. That'll be lots of fun too. Loads of you saying how much you are loving the Rose Gold collection. Everyone just saying in the comments as well, they're all just too easily distracted, Craig. That's what it is. And Debbie saying I need to watch Hamilton on Disney, because apparently it's amazing. I've seen it live, but I'll definitely give it a go over on Disney as well.
Something that I've not tried yet.
And Anne hilariously saying, and Joe, shame it's miserable because the weather outside it looks gorgeous outside the window here. Yeah, that's not real, Anne.
If only that was real, that would be good. Yeah, hopefully by the end of the week. So I didn't want to spend too much time decorating, because what I want to do is very quickly show you how you can use make a box using the scoreboard with it. But all that I've done exactly the same, but on this one what we've just done is we just flipped to the other side with the elephant and just decorated it with a bit of paper.
Beautiful.
So if I use this one, and what I've done is, because this card is 5 by 5, so if you want to make a square box with the depth, which is 1 inch, which is what I tend to do a lot. So what you need is obviously the width for the box. So on this occasion it's going to be 5 inches, but then obviously if you want to have 1 inch in depth, you need to have 1 inch at each side. So that way it's going to be 7 by 7, because you're going to be scoring 1 inch all the way around. So let's take 2 bits of cards. So then let's just bring these in. So I've just taken some of the linen card. So I'm just going up to the 7 inch. So there's 7. And then again, I'm going to do 7 just there. So then what I can just do is, if I at least do the base, then you'll be able to see how the card slots in. So then let's bring in our scoreboard. So the scoreboard, you'll always see at the bottom, it's got box lid and it's got box base. So if I want to do the base, what I need to do is just pop my card up to the right hand side, and then I'm just going to bring in my score tool, and because I said I'm having it 1 inch in depth, there's the 1 inch just down there, you can see there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to score at 1 inch. So as I come all the way around, so again score at 1 inch, and we're just carrying on all the way around. Now keeping in mind, if anything, it's the scoreboard and things like the Ultimate Pro, where there is so many tuitions out there for it. Also, you will find that there's lots of CDs and all that available that you can check out. So here, just in the corner now, just where it crosses over, all that you need to do is just create a wee nick. So all that I'm just doing is I'm just cutting down to that embossed line, and then just at a wee angle, I'm just taking a wee bit out. So you can see there, I'm just taking that wee bit out there, and I'm just doing that in all 4 corners. So if I just snip that all the way around, doing it exactly the same. And then what you would do when you come to do the lid, you would do exactly what I just done. However, when it comes to your scoreboard, you would just pop it to the left-hand side where it says lid. So that's the only difference. So let's just bring in our tape runner for speed. So I'm just folding them over. You would come along and burnish them.
Do you want some gossip, Craig?
I do indeed.
Tape runners, they're going to be back in stock really soon.
Yes.
It could be as soon as the beginning of next week. It could be. I didn't promise, did I? I said it could be, but it's really soon. It could even be Sunday. Don't hold your breath. But yes, it's going to be amazing. Guess what, Craig? I've just spotted here in the comments, Katie Henderson said she can't wait for the Great British Bake Off to start again. Then our Astrid, no end to our Astrid's talents, I don't think. She chimed in and says she was invited to audition by the producers of the Great British Bake Off, but turned it down because she thought it'd be too stressful. I know.
Oh, I
Astrid,
think that would be good.
Imagine, can you imagine?
Smash it out the
She's
park.
a great crafter and she's a great baker as well. There's no end to that lady's talents.
I know. Yeah, you need to get invited again and go and do it. That would be good. So what I've just done there is on each set corner tab, I've just added some adhesive. So remembering this is going to create the box base. So what I'm just going to do is place these all the way around, and then we'll pop our card in it. So you can see, so if I pop that one in and pop that one in, and you can see that does not fit because let's bring in an actual 5x5, which is there. Even that doesn't fit. Oh, well,
We get the gist, Craig.
You get the gist of it. Yeah, there's lots of tuitions
And
online for that
do you know
one.
what they say? You're only as good as your last demo, Craig.
Well,
I am
that's it.
joking, of
Failed.
course. You were very much rushing there, it's fair to say. Now we've had some more pictures in. This one comes in from Marianne. Oh, yummo.
Oh, wow.
Marianne's used the alphabets to make a cake topper. What a great idea from New Jersey. Do you know what? That looks like the perfect frosting to cake ratio for me. Like 8 times frosting, 1 times cake. Brilliant, love it. Julia has sent this in as well. This is a wonderful pop-up box for her friend Karen for her 50th birthday. Julia sent that one in, love that one. Janine also sent us in a picture as well, which is this one here, Janine Wall, which is wonderful. Oh, do you know what I need to remind you of before the end of the show? Very busy across everything you've seen, but you guys are absolutely loving the... I wish these had little... I need them to have little ball bearings in so I can do a dance like Carmen Miranda. The spray and sparkle, so busy. You've got the gold one and you've got the silver one, but you've also got that diamond pearl one as well. $6.99 each, or 3 for $18 if you want to go for 3 of one or 1 of each. It is completely up to you. Right, Craig, I'm guessing then we'll see you back here Wednesday. Will that be your next show here?
Yes, I'm going to be on all day Wednesday, so we will see you then.
Fantastic. Well, have a great day if you're crossing the States. Enjoy your dinner, Astrid. If she was a bit closer, she invited us round for a chili. We could totally pop round. And that pavlova, if she was invited to audition for the Bake Off, I bet it was epic, Craig. One day, So if you're in the UK, have a great day. If you're in the UK or Europe, enjoy your evening. I'll be back here tomorrow. Craig will be back on Wednesday. Yes, keep crafting, and we'll see you tomorrow.